So, Chris, a quieter February than we would have liked, but of course the team have been preparing behind the scenes. How does that compare to last season?
Yeah, it's been different. It's not something I don't think many of us have experienced before. Obviously, at some point during the winter you're always going to get a run of games called off. But I mean, we've gone best part of 6 weeks with not playing. I know most of the country's kind of in the same boat. It's been relentless. So it's been tough. It's been challenging in terms of lads will keep themselves fit and they'll do the basics, but match fitness is a completely different ball game. And then the other problem you have is keeping players engaged and turning up week in, week out to train, knowing then they're not going to play on a Saturday, which ultimately is what they want to do. So yeah, it's been challenging. It's been tough. I think it's been 100% better than last winter in terms of the personnel that we have at the minute want to train. Numbers have always been sort of very healthy, the sessions we've had, which makes it a little bit easier and probably shows that us as a management team and a club are doing things right, that lads will keep turning up. We've done pretty much every Tuesday, quite a few Saturday mornings over the last 5-6 weeks to keep us ticking over. But yeah, I think we're at a point now where it's kind of just getting a bit boring. So hopefully the weather would just be kind enough that we can get a run of games in, not just us but everyone. It's not great when you play, but there's only one other result on a Saturday, and you want to see healthy fixture lists and stuff being fulfilled. So touch wood, this is a turning point and we can kick on.
You mentioned that the lads we have want to train, and that's fantastic. Do you say that's a fair reflection on the group we have?
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, it's a completely different group to last year. Last year we had ridiculous amounts of quality within the squad, but ultimately we say it as it is. They weren't committed to training. Training numbers were always really poor, which meant we kind of sacked off most of the winter sessions. This year the lads have been brilliant. I think, like I said, we go back to it. It was a tough summer, and they're getting the rewards for their hard work. We're in a good position in the league. Cup runs have been decent, and that's because they're a tight group. Even lads that have come back have bought into what we were trying to build on from last year. So great group, all very young, happy to listen and learn. There's no egos in there that cause problems. So yeah, it's been decent. It's been a decent summer, and it's nice to step back and watch the two coaches get on with sessions that lads are enjoying.
And while we have had limited games this month, it's still a memorable one. What did you take from our penalty shootout win against Devizes?
Yeah, it was a different viewpoint for me. I was allowed in the ground this time, so that was a better experience than the playoffs last year. It was a tough night. We knew it would be. We've gone through lots of bits during the day in the management group chat on what we'd expect and how we needed to do things. I've said what Chrissy's done there is brilliant work over the last couple of years. They're step 5 ready, and I fully expect to see them there next year. And probably on the night, if we're being honest, we were probably fortunate to get through in terms of the performance. First half was okay. It was a proper cagey derby. You could just tell there was going to be a goal in it somewhere come the end of the night. Second half, I think we struggled to get out for the 45. We had a couple of half chances on the break that we caused, but yeah, I think the lack of game time caught up with us. As a squad, we were strong, so we couldn't use that as an excuse. So yeah, we were fortunate on the night, I think, to get through. But that's cup football. We said that before the game and after the game. It's not the performance on a night like that. It's just about doing what's needed to get over the line. Obviously, once you're in penalties, it's a lottery. But we seem to have a good record over there. So happy days.
And in the next round, we have Ivy Bridge at Trowbridge Road. How do you think we're placed for this game?
Yeah, Again, look at the result they had in the last round. So you can't look at it and go, it's a given to get through. We got pumped down there in the league, and we beat them here. So it'll be who turns up on the day, who plays the sort of the conditions right. However, it'll be. It doesn't look like a great week next week either. And again, it's cup football, so it's not about who's in form and who's placed where. It is on the day, who turns up, who wants it more, with a cup final place at stake. So it's still sort of a week and a bit away. We've got a lot of work to do before then. We've got Barnstaple coming to town on Saturday, who are going to be right up there once they catch up on their games now, and they're a proper tidy outfit. So Saturday's going to be tough. I think Tuesday will stand us in good stead in terms of lads have got proper minutes in the legs at a decent tempo. But yeah, it's one to look forward to come Sunday. Once the Barnstaple game is done with, come what may, we can address that for 24 hours, and then start planning for that next week. But it's something for the club and the fans to look forward to, for sure.
Of course, and looking at the Barnstaple game on Saturday, given our 2-0 defeat away in the reverse fixture, have you learnt much from that game?
Yeah, I think the squad is night and day since then, and most of the personnel was probably still the same. There's a few people playing in different areas of the pitch. People have moved on. Other lads have come in, and like we spoke about before, it's a solid group. It's a much better sort of 17, 18 that we've got now. And obviously we have the 6-7 months experience behind us of the league now. So it was a tough day at the office down there. While it was 2-0, I think they missed a penalty in the first half. They could have been 4-5 clear. So again, we've put things in place, or we'd like to think we have, and we'll see. But listen, they're bang up there, and they'll be decent. We have to be the best version of us, and see what happens from there. And
before we leave this, have you got a message to the fans?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see you all again tomorrow. Like I said, it's been a while. We bump into the odd one, but it's not the same as walking around the football club and seeing people that maybe can't travel to away games or never sort of turn up midweek to see us train. So yeah, pack the ground tomorrow. I think there's an event after and in a race night, so feel free to stay and mingle with the lads after. But yeah, you guys have been amazing all year. Keep doing it. I think 10 games left. Massive push to see what we can achieve this season.
Wonderful. Thank you, Chris.
Legend.